Hi everyone. I think this is probably the lowest effort video that I've done in the past. But as you can see on the screen, I have done some work on the Zigbee2MQTT because I finally managed to upgrade it to 2.6.0 and it wasn't as bad as I originally thought. So I just returned from holiday. I was out in the garden, hence the scruffy t-shirt and the hair and everything. And I thought I might just do something simple in the evening. Let's just upgrade Zigbee2MQTT to the latest version. And I've been putting this, activity to the side because I just didn't feel like doing it, and I knew that there is going to be some issues. But on the other hand, I'm getting some new products which I am not able to test because I won't be able to upgrade Zigbee2MQTT, and it's just not going to work with some of the newer products. So it had to be done. And I wasn't even sure if I want to put this video out because, the 2 point something version came out and the beginning of the year I made a video on that, the new version is coming and it's going to break some changes. So I would assume that most of you have already updated, but I mean, if you're not buying new devices, you don't really have to upgrade. So this is why I did it now, and I'm just going to share a couple of things that I'm going to, that I've gone through, and hoping that might be useful for some. I mean, this is the pinnacle of YouTube video making or content creation with the latest and the most updated information that I can share, right? So anyway, the setup that I have is I have my Node-RED box, which is an Intel-based micro PC, which is running Linux. And my coordinator is the Son of Zigbee 3.0 US Dongle Plus, which I think it's already probably like, 5-year-old product. It must be 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm pretty sure that there is a newer, Dongle Plus, which might be using a different set of chips. Maybe they are still using Texas Instrument chips, but they could be using a newer version of the CP coordinator chips, or they might have, newer firmware. I got it out of the box, I plugged it in, and I installed Zigbee2MQTT when I did this, I don't know how many years ago. Actually, I think I should be able to tell you this information because I have this server wiki page here. Oh, 2022. Okay, so 3 years old. 3 and a bit. And yeah, so that's been working nice. Yeah, you can see the host page now. And I mean, on the previous video that I done on the Zigbee2MQTT upgrade, I said that there are, with the 2.0, there are breaking changes, but I waited for so long that now you can see that the current version is 2.6 now. And as you can see, it is working now. So just besides the, the status page, it can see all my different devices. And of course, this is live because if I refresh, then it refreshes and then, everything works. I haven't added new devices for such a long time now. This is probably one of the latest, water sensors that I must have reviewed months ago. So I do have a lot of products that should be added here to test them whether they are working for Zigbee to MQTT. And actually the next one is going to be probably like a Zigbee model as well. So when you look at the documentation, then where is the documentation? Okay, so that's the dongle. We talked about it. That's the documentation. So I followed a couple of, basically everything which is said here. First of all, I added the configuration.yaml before I have done anything, and make sure that I added all these attributes here. So in advanced, I think I already had these, but I didn't have, and also had a legacy API, but I didn't have these two lines. So I just edited, nano configuration.yaml. Again, the installation is /OTP/Zigbee2MQTT OPT. OPT? OPT, yeah. And also the device option legacy false, I think that was missing as well, so I added that as well. And then it also says that it is recommended to explicitly add the serial adapter. So I have followed this as well, and then it looks like that for Texas Instrument chips, the adapter type is Z-stack. So that means that when you have the Zigbee2M, or in your configuration YAML in the serial, I mean, I think initially I already did port, but then it mentions that it is a good idea to also specifically state the adapter. So again, for this one, it was Z-stack, and there is some information here on how to, how to determine the adapter type. If you click on this docs link here. So I have done these two things. So I added these to the configuration YAML. I haven't even restarted the coordinator, and then I checked the Zigbee2MQTT documentation, what is the upgrade, and actually now there is this, I think the upgrade process was a little bit different in the past, but now it is easy. You just go into this directory and then you click on /update.sh. So this was fine, and it started the update, but then I ran into a problem because in the update it said, /update, /update.sh, and it was doing all this stuff, and I got this error saying that your local changes of the following files would be overwritten by merge, and data.configuration.yaml. Please commit and changes before you merge. So I mean, I used Git in the past, but I just didn't. It wasn't really clear what I needed to do. But actually, I mean, I found this one in Reddit, and here I followed this example here. So I already was in the Zigbee2MQTT directory. So I did a git checkout of the example.yaml, and I'm not sure why this was required, but anyway. And then I backed up my existing configuration.yaml to configuration.yaml.backup, and I did the npm install of the pnpn, and I stopped the Zigbee2MQTT service, which was already stopped by the update script. And there was this git pull no rebase, and after that I was able to do the /update.sh, and first it gave me a message saying that no update was required and I should use the force if I want to ignore that. So I did use that, and then it actually most probably just re-downloaded everything and all the dependencies, and that was fine. And then you can just copy your existing configuration.yaml from the backup file back to the main, because it gets overwritten by the git pull. So that I needed to do. And then it says, start the Zigbee2MQTT. So, but instead of this, what I did is also in the Zigbee2MQTT documentation, you can do this PMP start in the Zigbee2MQTT directory. So that's going to start not the service, but the actual program, but you can see in the console, all the error messages, all the messages. So what I did is, I mean, I don't have the history going back that much, but it was saying that it's starting the service, but it needs to build it first, and then the build failed. And actually, this is when I went back and I re-executed the /update.sh with the force, just to make sure that it re-downloaded everything. And then when I was doing that after that, and also that at part of that, the update, it was also doing some of the build stuff, and that eventually, completed without any errors. And again, then first I just did the, where is this? Yeah, PMP and start, because again, then you see that everything is running. There are a couple of messages in the beginning when Zigbee2MQTT starts. So if you have any issues with the adapter type, if you have any issues with some of the the binaries or dependencies or whatever, then there will be some clear error messages that on the screen. And then if everything runs and you see messages that are like info messages that it's talking to the coordinator, is talking to one of your Zigbee devices, and of course, if at the same time, while keeping that, that window open in the terminal, you can also access the the page itself, then at least you know that it is running fine. So then at that point you can just Control X on the console, on the terminal, and start the actual service, which is that's here, the sudo systemctl start Zigbee2MQTT. So that's going to restart Zigbee2MQTT, but now as a service. But after that, you have confirmed, using this command, that everything is working fine. So you can see some, some of the that sample messages here. And that was really it. So again, when I read through the exact same post, which is this one, back in, I think it was January when I made the first video, I thought, oh, there's going to be a lot of stuff, and maybe because my coordinator is really old, back from the 2022, maybe there's going to be some issues on the firmware on the coordinator itself, which I need to address somehow. But as I said, luckily none of these had to be done, and it is working fine. So hopefully with this you should see some more Zigbee2MQTT related stuff in my usual Zigbee reviews. So whenever I receive anything from either Tuya or Sonoff, I do the usual ecosystem setup and show you how it works in either Tuya, Sonoff, or any other systems, and then I try to hook it up to Zigbee2MQTT as well to see how it works. So from now on I should be able to do that because I am on the latest version, which is great. So that was it, really. It wasn't so bad. I would try to leave the links for all of these different pages that I have shown here in the video description. So if you need to do it again, if you have done it already, then you are a much better person and a much more diligent person than I am. If you haven't, because you don't have new devices in, and if you happen to have the same exact dongle, then all I can recommend is just to do, because it's not that bad after all. And it really, I mean, if you know what you need to do, probably it only takes like 15 minutes to do. So it's not a big deal. Well, maybe not a big deal now, since we are, beyond the first 2.00 version, and then some of the issues being ironed out by the time that, we are doing this upgrade 6 months later. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one.